about in Bhagavatam, third canto, 21 chapter, and text is 56. Atapi priche tam viragatam jatatam tam yahagatam tataka bhayam nirbali kenam pratipe padamahi viddham atapi priche tam viram jat artam tamaga yahagatam tataka bhayam nirka bhaya likhena pratipada mahiridham atapi priche tamaviram anjat attam tam ehoy agatam tataka bhayam nirbalikhena pratipada mahiridham. Synonyms. Athapi, in spite of all this, Priche, I ask, Tam, you, Bira, O brilliant king, Jat Artham, the purpose, Tam, you, Ihor, here, Agata, have come, Tat, that, Boyam, we, then Nirbalikena, without reservation, Puti Padamahe, we shall carry out Ridha with heart and soul. Translation and purport written by Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Translation. In spite of all this, I ask you, O brilliant king, the purpose for which you have come here, whatever it may be, we shall carry it out without a reservation. Purport. When a guest comes to a friend's house, it is understood that there is some special purpose. Kardamuni could understand that such a great king as Swayambhuva, although traveling to inspect the condition of his kingdom, must have had some special purpose to come to his hermitage. Thus, he prepared himself to fulfill the king's desire. Formerly, it was customary that the sages used to go to the kings and the kings used to visit the sages in their hermitages. Each was glad to fulfill the other's purpose. This reciprocal relationship is called Bhakti Karja. There is a nice verse describing the relationship of mutual beneficial interest between the Brahmana and the Kshatriya. Shatram Dijattam. Shatram means the royal order and Dijattam means the Brahmanical order. The two were meant for mutual interest. The royal order would give protection to the Brahmanas for the cultivation of a spiritual advancement in society. And the Brahmanas would give their valuable instruction to the royal order on how the state and the citizens can gradually be elevated in a spiritual perfection. Thus, and the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the third canto, 21st chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Conversation between Manu and Kardama Muni. Atapi priche tam viram jatartam tam eha agato tatak bayan nirbalikena pratipadamahi vidam. Here, there are actually 2 points in here. One is two points to be discussed. One is Bhakti Kajya, Srila Prabhupada had written in his purport. And the second point is Shattam Dijaktam. So there are 2 points today we will discuss on this. The Kardamuni here, Kardamuni was glorifying King Swayambhuva Muni as a violent, valiant king who traveled some specific purposes of children, of citizen as protection of dharma, one. Number two, people as spiritual as citizens should be a spiritually advancement. And three, to punish the culprits. So these are the general purposes of traveling of king. So there is another purpose also, it was in there. So now, here Muni asking his special purpose. That why have you come here that I can serve you? In India, there is a custom. What is the custom? Sages visit king's palace, and king also visit sages' hermitage. Still it is in there. So each of them are very happy for fulfill their purposes. Here in the purport, end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada, they are both of their purpose is the spiritual development for the citizen. It is a common, both of that, sages as well as the Muni, king. So there is a common purpose. Every living entity has a right to develop spiritually. The Shama Siddhi Haritoshanam. That means Haritoshanam. That is to satisfy Hari. So here, two people try to meet their mutual purpose if there is a sense gratification involved. Yes, there is a sense, that is another point. That is why king visit the hermitage. That is the another purpose. It is the marriage of king's daughter to Muni. So then, second is the to satisfy Lord. Okay, so that was it was happened in Treta Yuga also, but there is one example that is Vishwamitra Muni. He was a great sage, but he was disturbed in the forest by two demons, Maris and the Shubahu. Then, which is disturbing him a lot, then he decided that as because he is a Brahmana, he decided that to take the help from King Dasharath. Then he came to visit Dasharath palace. Dasharath was glorifying and very nicely accept Vishwamitra Muni in their palace and served very nicely. Then Vishwamitra Muni asked Dasharath Maharaj, Maharaj, I need your help. What help can I do for you? Then Vishwamitra Muni telling that these two, Maris and Shubahu, is disturbing a lot. So I need your help that your two sons, Ram and Lakshman, I need them. They can taking care of these two demons. So then Dasharath was thinking. He did not agree first, that he was thinking that these two sons, it is a little boy, how they can take care of that. Then Vishwamitra Muni again asking him, and that can they take care of these two demons? They are the very, very strengthful demon. Then the Vishwamitra Muni mentioned that yes, they can. Then Vishwamitra Muni agreed to send the Ram and the Lakshman along with along with the Muni, Vishwamitra Muni. Then they went there, they taking care of that two demons, Manis and Shubhahu. So, as because of Dasharath is a Kshatriya, the Kshatriya can kill the demons, but Brahmanas cannot. So that is that the taking care of that. So there is actually what happened in here. There is a mutual understanding, mutual the interest. Says and the king. So that is when Brahmana is in a mode of goodness, that is non-violent. That is Dasharath is not a king. Vishwamitra Muni is he is a Brahman, non-violent. When Kshatriya is in the mode of passion, then they are violent. Always Kshatriya is a violent. That is. So here Brahmana can act as an Kshatriya, and Kshatriya also can act as a Brahmana in transcendental stage. In a transcendental stage. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that it is in a transcendental stage, they can do reverse. Okay. So Vishwamitra Muni, he was originally Kshatriya. Later, he after his sadhana, he became a Brahman. Similarly, Parshuram, originally he was the Brahmana. Then later he became a Kshatriya. So when one is material nature, in the material nature, they must have to perform their own duties. Brahmana's duties, that is Shama, Dama, Tapas, Shocham, Arjavam, these are the Brahmana's duties, and Kshatriya's duty also is there. So Prabhupada says that this reciprocal relationship is called the Bhakti Kajya. So that is this reciprocal, it is called the Bhakti Kajya. So now the Swayambhuva Manu approaches to Kaddam Muni for a special purpose. Then Kaddam Muni fulfill his purpose. And Vishwamitra Muni approaches to similarly, Vishwamitra Muni approaches to Dasharath, King Dasharath, fulfill the special purpose of Vishwamitra Muni. So this is called the Bhakti Kajya. That Srila Prabhupada mentioned that it is a Bhakti Kajya. Anything is connected with Krishna is Bhakti. Similarly, deity worship, japa, preaching, cooking for Krishna, these are all Bhakti Kajya. That is, it is for the satisfaction of the Lord, in Lord's service. So the other point is that Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Shatram Dijattam. That is, Shatram Dijattam Cha Parashparatmanam. So, the king's order, that is called the royal order, Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the purport that it is called the royal order by Kshatriya, taking care of the Brahmana. Kshatriya's function is to take care of the Brahmana, to give the protect to the Brahmana. And Brahmanical order, that is Dijattam, that is the Brahmanicam order, it is a valuable instructions given to the Kshatriya. So there are the Brahmanas, Munis, their duty to give the good advice to the king, and king's duty to protect the Brahmanas. So there is a mutual cooperation in all Varnas also. That is what we know, that 4 Varnas. So in Varnasrama Dharma, actually in Indian culture, India, Bharatvarsha, though it is in a material world, but it is in a spiritual world also. In 5th canto, it was very nicely, the position where is the Bharatvarsha, it was clearly explained in 5th canto of Bhagavatam. So the Prabhupada explained that from the head of the Lord, the Brahmana came, and from the arms of the Kshatriya came, from stomach Vaishya came, and from the leg Shudra came. So these are the sequential activities. It is there. So from the head, the intelligence comes, order, then arms, hand, leg is walking, then hand also working, and stomach is also working. So these are the sequential, the intelligence comes from the head, and all the limbs are working very nicely. So this is how it is sequentially cooperative to each other. So leg cooperative with the head, then arms, stomach, everything is cooperative with each other. That is the body of the human body, or all other bodies. That is, it does work as like that. So dharma is those who perform the dharma is called the Brahmana, and those who perform the politics, it is also called the Kshatriya. So in India, we can see that there is a very, very nice person, nice king. I would say there is a nice king, Modi ji. He is doing the dharma, as well as he is doing nice politics. Now world is vibrant. So at this time, he is running India is #1 economic development. So he is an honest person. Even I heard that his medical check, all the health issues, he doesn't take any money from the government. He is paying from his pocket. So how honest person he is. So he is running India is so great in this world. And now India is in a very topmost level economically. So similarly, the Brahmachari, there are 4 ashramas. Brahmachari, in the ashram, what they do? They train of the disciples And in Grihastha, they treat of the householder, and Vanaprastha, the treat of the retired gentleman, and Sannyasi, the treat of the spiritual advancement. So if there is an attack, one example Srila Prabhupada given very nicely, that if there is an attack from other side, then what first comes? That is hand. Hand was protect first. Then the leg is away from that attack. Then that stomach, that is also stomach is working for the food stuff to assimilate the food, and that the rosas, it comes mixed with the blood and circulating all over the body. So that is the head function. He is giving the intelligence, hey, you away from this violent guy and protect yourself with the arm, and so that is the way all the limbs of the body operatively working so nicely to save the life. So without any cooperation, so a spiritual development never be happened. So in Srila Prabhupada also mentioned in ISKCON GBC, that is that always how can I understand that you serve me nicely? Then Srila Prabhupada mentioned that is when all of you cooperatively work for advancement, a spiritual advancement, then I will be very happy. Then I will understand that you serve me very nicely. So that is the, and during the Srila Prabhupada times also, there are 2 GBC. He made first 11 GBCs. So the 2 GBCs was resigned, and he was trying to convince them but he could not, but they already left. So the Dijatam, Prabhupada mentioned the Dijatam in another way. Dija means two. Dijatam, there come in two ways. That is actually in Montreal, 1968, Srila Prabhupada giving the lecture in the Indian communities. So he mentioned in there, that is the Dijatam. He was mentioned again Dijatam, that means that there are how ISKCON works. First, that is that ISKCON work, that is first initiation. They gave the Harinam initiation. After 1 year, if they will abide by all the rules and regulation, then they give ISKCON give the Brahmanic initiation. So after that, then they when they are doing the Brahmanical activities, all the Brahmanical activities it is in there, then they give the Sannyas. Sannyas means that there is completely renounced. That is the Sannyas. He was the third sons that they give them. So that means in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it was also mentioned that Anasrita karma phalam tajyam karma parahoti sannyasi cha yogi chana nibbina chakriyam. So this is also, it is like a non sannyasi cha yogi chana nibbina chakriyam. So it in Krishna says that one who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic. So here Krishna also mentioned, in Mahaprabhu also mentioned that. What is this? Nadanam Nadanam Najanam Nashandarim Pavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmanishire Bhavatad Bhukti Hotapi Toyi. So, of course, again, these are the formal regulated principles. Real life is, Srila Prabhupada finally mentioned that these are all our regulatories, rules and regulatories principles. But real life, it is within the bhaktas, that how much I satisfy my Lord. That is the real bhakta. So that is within that. So in India, so there is a rigid class of Hindu. There are some kind, oh, I born in a Brahman family, I am a Brahmana. It was still in very strong in India. But Srimad Bhagavatam says that no, if you do not have the qualities of Brahmanas, you are not a Brahman. That is completely rejected by Srimad Bhagavatam. So that was, it was reminded by Srila Prabhupada. It is so, and in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also mentioned that Janma Karma Chame Divan Joma Veti Tattata. So the Janma is not, if I take the birth in a Brahmanical family, I will be the Brahman. It is not the correct way. So should be Brahmanical quality we must have to be achieved by sadhana. So in also mentioned Janma Hok Jata Tata Karma Hok Bala. That means whatever my birth, it is in a Shuddha family, it is in a Vaishya family, it is in Kshatriya family, doesn't matter. But if my work is in a spiritual work, then it will be it is the main thing that I will have to. In Chaitanya Charitamrita also mentioned that Sandalohi Dijasreshta Hori Bhakti Parayana. If once Chandal, if he is chanting a Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he is a Brahmana. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned that. Sandalohi Dijasreshta Hori Bhakti Parayana Hori Bhakti Vihinashta Dijo Api Shapochadam. That is, if anybody, those who doesn't follow, satisfy that, who doesn't chant Hori name, he is just like a dog eater, Shapachadam. So that is also most important, that Chandalohi Dijasreshta Hori Bhakti Parayana Hori Bhakti Vihinashta Dijo Api Shapochadam. So I am concluding in here. So if anything is wrong, please forgive me. So I pay my obeisances on all of your lotus feet. Please bless me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Dattatreya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all blessed.
We'd like to wish you all a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. Thank you all for participating nicely yesterday in the wonderful festival of Ram Navami. Tomorrow is Ekadasi. minimally fasting from grains and beans and increasing our Krishna consciousness. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting 3 times Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Shri Nrsingo, Jai Nrsingo,
Jai Jai Nrsinga, Prahladesh Jai Padma Mukha Padma Vringam,
Ugra Veera
Ugra Veera Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukham, Nrsinga Bhishanam Bhadram Vidyam Vidyam Namamyaham.
Nrsinga Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
One of the announcement on Sunday morning, 8 to 9, our Sunday speaker is His Holiness Haladhar Swami Maharaj. So please join. He's a wonderful speaker. I think the topic is on Lord Balram. Glories of Lord Balram and Guru Tattva. That's coming Sunday. Okay, and in the evening we'll have extended festivity of Ramnavami. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Samar Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhayavacha patitanam pavane bhayo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Also, our continuation of Ram Katha will continue today evening. So please join.
Thank you, Dattatreya Prabhuji. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, Dattatreya Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.